All right, let's talk about a tool that is absolutely fundamental if you're building, well, just about anything, the use case. It's a fantastic way to define what a system is supposed to do, but let's be real, it can also be a huge headache if you don't approach it the right way.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? You've got this great idea, this feature you need to build, but how do you get that out of your head and into a set of clear instructions that a team can actually work with? How do you make sure everyone is building the same thing?
Well, that's where a well-crafted use case comes in. And honestly, the best way to think about it is as a recipe. It's a simple step-by-step guide that shows exactly how a user, or what we call an actor, interacts with your system to achieve a very specific goal.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll cover the absolute fundamentals. Then we'll look at the anatomy of a solid use case. After that, we'll get into the most important part, writing the happy path. We'll also cover the common pitfalls to avoid, and then we'll wrap it all up to show you how this becomes your blueprint for success.
Okay, first things first. Let's make sure we're all on the same page about what a use case really is at its core.
The most important rule is this. A use case is all about the user's point of view. It's about who is using the system and what they are trying to accomplish. It is absolutely not about the how. Forget the code, forget the database, forget all the technical stuff for now. That comes later. You have to stay laser focused on that user journey. So how do you actually write one of these things? To keep it all clear and consistent, especially when you're working with a team, you need a standard structure. A template is going to be your best friend. A really good template has these key parts. You've got the name, which should be a clear action, right? Like placed in online order. The actor is your user, the customer. The goal is what they want to do. Preconditions are what needs to be true before we start, like the customer has to be logged in. Postconditions are what's true at the end. The order is successfully submitted. And then the star of the show, the main success scenario. And that brings us to the absolute heart of any use case. We call it the happy path. This is just the ideal straight line flow where everything goes perfectly right. No errors, no exceptions, just smooth sailing. Let's look at our online order example. See how simple this is? 1. Customer adds a product. 2. They go to checkout. 3. They enter their info. 4. They confirm. 5. The system says thank you. It's a simple story told from the customer's perspective. If you nail this part, everything else is so much easier to figure out. Okay, but knowing what to do is only half the story, right? Let's talk about the common traps people fall into so you can sidestep them completely. Oh, this is a classic mistake, especially in agile teams, confusing a use case with a user story. They're not the same thing. A user story is a tiny slice of functionality for the dev team, like I want to pay with my credit card. A use case is the entire interaction from start to finish. They work together for sure, but they serve different purposes. The next big pitfall is something called analysis paralysis. This is when you get so bogged down trying to think of every single possible error or alternative path that you just stop making progress. Don't do it. Focus on that core functionality, that happy path, and get it locked in first. And that leads directly to our final common mistake, basically forgetting about the happy path because you jump straight to the exceptions. It's so tempting to ask, but what if the credit card fails? Or what if they enter a bad address? But you know what? Without that clear, simple main flow as your foundation, all those what ifs just become a giant, confusing mess.
So let's bring it all home. When you put all these pieces together correctly, what do you really end up with? You get an incredibly powerful tool for clarity and, most importantly, for alignment.
Because that's what this is all about. This isn't just busy work or documentation for the sake of it. When you focus on the user and their goal, use a clean template, and steer clear of those common traps, you create a powerful blueprint. A blueprint that makes sure the thing you build is the thing the user actually needs. So, now you have the recipe. You know the key ingredients for making a great use case. The only real question left is, what blueprint for success are you going to create first? Thanks for joining me.